Hello guys, this is Usha Kiran and welcome to 5 tips for writing short stories. So before we start down with the tips, I want to tell you that I am a short story writer as well and my stories have been linked down below. So let us get to the tips. Tip number 1, read. When I say read, of course, if you are trying to attempt a short story, you must have read some books. But what I mean by read is read with the intent to write. So reading a novel doesn't help one to write a short story, because reading novels, reading academic tests and reading other types of writings is not helpful to writing short story, because short story is a distinctly different medium. In order to write a good short story, in order to understand the structure of a short story, you should read exclusively short stories. Short stories should not be treated like parts of a novel. They are separate. They have this unique ability to grab your attention and take you into a trance within 10 to 15 minutes of a read. For this, what I suggest is you go with classic short story writers like EDGAR, ALLAN, Poe, or you can go to the route of looking at new short story competitions around the world. I'll try to link them below and read those short stories, so you will understand how the contemporary short story writing situation across the globe is, so that you can frame your short stories in a more contemporary style. Point number 2, being unique. When I say unique, obviously whatever you're going to write from your own is going to be unique. But what do I exactly mean by the term unique? If you have any crazy idea and if you have a thought and if you come to think that this might not be right in writing, I suggest you try it. The world contains lots of different things, and unfortunately or fortunately not all of them have been represented in writing. So it is your duty as a writer to come up with content that is unique. Take inspiration from your life and take things that happen around your life. One other suggestion that I would give is try to keep a book and record your dreams if you have them. Whatever that is unique, whatever you think works, try it. And that's where I come to point number 3, which is to fail. This is common. To learn any skill, you have to fail a number of times. Each and every time you fail, you will learn how not to do it. And it's the same with short stories. The more you write, the more you fail, the more ways you discover how not to write a short story, and the more refined your writing will become. It is never late to fail, it is never wrong to fail. You just need to fail a lot of times. And how do you know whether you failed or passed if you have written a short story? Obviously, not every story is distinctively correct, not every short story is distinctively wrong. The judgment of a short story is purely on opinion. That's where I come to point number 4. Share and connect. The more people that you let or that you have to read your short story, the more idea you get on how to write the short story. It's simple. Make your friends read it, make more people read it, and get to know people who write short stories so that you can connect with them and you can review their work and they can review your work. Participating in short story competitions, going around online, finding communities and engaging with those communities is very helpful, because you will have a community which is ready to read your short story and which gives important feedback. This can be done in many platforms online, and if I can find some platforms online, I'll link them down below. So that is connect. And finally, the most important point, and this I think you see this coming as well, practice. You need to practice a lot to learn any skill. The more you practice, the more better you become. But it's not just simple practice, just going around writing everything. It's practice that needs to have some quality. At the same time, you need to review more works so that you understand what short story writing is all about. So, for example, great writers like Stephen King, they write about 10,000 words a single day. So you don't need to start at that length, but you can start with having simple challenges. Things like 500 days a word or 1,000 days a word at the beginning will help the creative juices flowing. So those are my 5 tips on short story writing. As I told you before, I also have links down below of sample short stories that are written by rookies like me. We also have writings of Nagendra Sarma, a very close friend of mine, the author of Dark Side of the Coin, who is also a very good short story writer. So adding to the point of connecting people, this is not just a video of giving tips to writers, but this is also a call for connection, call for making a community. If you come across this video and if you are interested in short story writing, do check out the links below, and writers who have written short stories, please comment your links to your short stories in the comments down below, so that we can form a community of short story readers and writers, and let us give reviews and let us make each other's writing better. Thanks for watching this video and subscribe for more content. I'll take a 5-second break.